Hey guys, it's Ray again. I thought it might be interesting to showcase one of my favorite games, and that's Dark Souls. This particular version is Dark Souls Remastered here on the Nintendo Switch. This opening here, you're essentially a prisoner, and I don't think it explains exactly why you're a prisoner here. You just are, and you wake up here in this cell. And I always really enjoyed this particular opening here. You got this guy that's kind of mysterious, this mysterious knight, and he drops down a key for you. And I always like this guy right here. You can talk to him a little bit later, but he drops this key for you and you can get out of this cell. You don't really know where you are or what's going on. Use the dungeon cell key here and I can get out of this miserable jail cell and move along. All I got is a broken sword, basically just using the hilt of the sword, and you got these guys that have lost their minds, and here's the asylum demon, and he kind of watches over everything. And it's quite interesting because there's actually two of those guys. He's down below right there, but there's another one right above him that you'll have to face in a little while and take him out in order to progress to the next section of this game. And this has always been a very mysterious place in my opinion. Here's a ladder and you can go right up here. Very dark section of the game. I think the original PS3 version was even darker in my memory, but I could be wrong. Here I'm going to light this bonfire right here, and that will act as kind of a resting spot where you can level up later on once you unlock that feature. Now, not sure where this guy comes from. I don't see him yet, but he just pops out of the ceiling basically and tries to kill you and stop you from leaving. But you just need to go this way and get away from him as soon as you can. I think I have defeated him with just the hilt of the sword, but that was a long time ago. I don't know if I'll be able to do it again. Anyway, light another bonfire and come over this way, and you'll have this idiot up here who's shooting arrows at you, so you need to be careful. And I believe it's depending on your class, you'll get different items from these dead enemies here. But as the knight, I acquired the Tower Kite Shield, and that's very useful for this guy who's shooting arrows at you. You want to block it. He seems to be luring me into a trap, so you need to be careful here. Make sure you pick up this item here, whatever it may be for your particular class. But I think I got the broadsword for the knight, and that's a pretty strong starting weapon that I like to use sometimes throughout the whole game. But anyway, he's luring me back over this way. Not sure where he went. He's up here. Take him out very quickly. Wasn't a particular trap right there, but he did run away. And later on, some of these guys will try to lure you into traps, and that's kind of a key feature in these Dark Souls games, so you need to be aware of that if you are a first-time player. Up here, they'll try to drop a boulder on me, so you can get out of the way before it crushes you. Just take this guy out real quickly. Teach him to roll a boulder downstairs to me. But that door is locked, so can't go in there just yet. But speaking of that knight that helped me earlier when I was in that cell, here he is. Looks like he's been attacked and he lost whichever battle he was in, unfortunately. And just talking to him for a little bit here, and he's telling me about being undead and things like that. He's gonna help me out once again by giving me another key. He also gives me the Estus flask, which will allow me to heal myself when I take damage and whatnot. But I really love this particular guy here. He's a great mysterious character in my opinion, and it's too bad that he went out the way that he did, but sometimes that's just the way it goes. Took a shortcut and was able to open that particular door, and now that I have the key, I can venture further into the undead asylum. This door that was locked earlier will be able to be opened now that I have the key, and these enemies pop back up once you rest at a bonfire, so keep that in mind. Good for grinding, but also you'll have to fight all these enemies again. These guys are trying to lure me in over here and take me out, ambush me basically. Got another archer over there. Really love this scenery here. You look around, you have all these mountains surrounding you, and it's kind of just a ominous looking place with these clouds covering everything and the mysterious mountains surrounding this undead asylum. And I always really loved this particular area in Dark Souls. It's just a great opening segment to a masterpiece of a game, in my opinion. There'll be another enemy here. He's a little bit stronger than the other guys have been, and he's got a shield and sword, and be careful, it's kind of a difficulty spike right there, in my opinion. He can kill you fairly easily if you're not ready to take him out. But took him out, and if you come up this way, that same asylum demon that was waiting for you earlier, you can kind of take him by surprise, even though he's looking up at me, and just try to attack him, and you'll land on his head and do massive damage to him, and that's always a good thing. You really need to be careful though, and make sure you have your shield and enough stamina to withstand his attacks. One of his attacks will hit you, and even though you might be shielding, it will still crush you and deal massive damage to you, so be careful about that particular attack that he does when he slams down on you right there. But overall, if you can get that initial hit on him from above, this guy's not too difficult overall. But I have definitely died to this guy quite a few times in my first few playthroughs of this game. Now I get the Pilgrim's Key, and I'm able to progress further into this area and can actually leave if I want to, if I go out this door that I'm facing right now. There'll be a giant bird that's waiting to take me away from this mysterious place, but head up this way, and just a great overall starting area, like I've mentioned before. What a great opening this absolutely was. Now if you come up this way, this bird will descend upon you and take you to the land of Lordran. That's where the game actually starts. Wouldn't it be pretty crazy to be carried away by a giant bird like that? Now he's taking me away to the land of the ancient lords. What a beautiful scene this is right here. You can see the castle and everything surrounding it. It's just a fantastic view, in my opinion. This game is still just very beautiful, and the atmosphere is just fantastic. Just gonna take a look around here and where you're going to progress and where this journey is gonna take you. And you got the sunset in the background. But just wanted to showcase this game for you guys. I'm sure all of you already know about this game, probably even played it a few times. But anyways, guys, check this game out if you haven't. And maybe it's been a while since you've played it last. Definitely check out Dark Souls Remastered. Great game. A masterpiece, in my opinion.